So hi everyone. Uh, Let me ask you a question first. Who of you is collecting miles from an airline? Any
One,
frequent travelers?
two, three,
Okay.
four.
And who of you is not satisfied with the rewards programs behind?
Oh yeah.
We can totally feel that. We've both been consultants at the Boston Consulting Group for a couple of years, and we travel a lot and we collected a lot of miles and hotel points. But in the end, we're loyal customers. We give our data, and we end up with a big balance on the mile account, and we don't use the points. So we feel a little bit betrayed. We're Thorsten and Marcel. We work at Kiwi, and we're building loyalty on the blockchain. Loyalty is a very, very powerful value. It's gluing families together. And it can also be very, very crucial in the relationship with brands and customers. Can you imagine these guys camping in front of the Apple store just to get the iPhone first? I think they sacrifice a lot. And they do it because they're loyal. To get this loyal relationship, we as customers, we need to feel cared about. We have to trust the brand and their values. And we want to get something back. We want to be treated in a special way. We want to be rewarded. So once we have this loyal relationship, we are super valuable to the brand and the business because a loyal customer promotes the brand. A loyal customer is staying longer with the brand, and in the end is also spending more money with the brand. In 2018, what does loyalty look like?
Looks familiar.
How many cards do you have? On average, we have 14 loyalty programs that we enrolled in, and we merely use half of them. So something is wrong with the loyalty market. As a loyal customer, if I want to see the token balance, the point balance across all my loyalty applications that I use, I need to log into 14 systems. I need to remember 14 different passwords. Once I'm logged in, I cannot redeem whatever I like, so I'm also kind of locked in the system. The price of a mile or the value of a mile to me is a complete miracle. It's completely determined by the brand. So in the end, loyalty programs feel more like a trap, and that's not what loyalty is about. For the brand, it's tricky as well because customer acquisition costs are super high. And once you have a loyal customer, they're not very engaged in the programs and they don't redeem the points. They keep piling up the points, and as a point from a financial perspective is nothing else than a financial liability. Their balance sheet keeps growing and growing.
So what drives this complexity of the loyalty programs? Let us take a look. Let us understand why running a loyalty program is not so easy as it might look like. So as you already pointed out at the beginning, almost everybody of you knows frequent traveler programs. So we have four key players. One, of course, the program, which is normally an independent entity or part of an airline. Then second, we have the airline itself, which normally gives out the miles for some kind of activities like booking flights. And third, we have us, the customers, who collect the miles. And in the end, we have the shops who normally offer us, the customers, some kind of form of redemption. So far, so good. How does this whole mile game work with these four key players? Very first step, the program issues the miles to the airline and receives a fee back. Now at this stage, the airline has the chance to decide when and how to reward us as loyal customers. Imagine the situation, you book a flight and you receive the miles. Now, another question, what does it mean if you receive a mile? What is a mile? So this is not so easy. For example, an accountant would say a mile. What is a mile? It is part of a contract between us and the program, where the mile represents a promise from the program to let us redeem the miles for some goods or services in the future. Quite complicated for my paper. So the customer has the miles, And imagine the situation after 1 year, you have been a very, very loyal customer to this airline. You booked all your flights at this one airline. And after 1 year, you spot one very nice laptop bag in a shop and you say, okay, I buy this one. You spend all your miles, get the laptop back. What happens next? The shop has the miles, but with these miles, this shop cannot pay the salary of his own employees because, I know, can you buy back your mortgage with the miles? Normally, it's not possible. So there is a buyback guarantee from the program to provide the shop with dollar value back, which makes sense. So seems pretty easy up to now. So if you only have one airline and one shop, pretty easy. But the reality is a bit more complex. So imagine 25 million customers, 40 airlines, 270 shops, and all of them, they have two different roles, or they can have both roles. So they can reward the customers with miles, and at the same time, they can offer redemption for the customers. In order to understand this whole complexity of this mile game, I come back to the accounting view of the miles. So it's a promise. 1 mile is a promise from the program that you get some redemption later on in the future. So this is a liability on the balance sheet of the program. And the calculation of this liability on the balance sheet, yeah, this is a bit complicated. So what does the program have to do? They have to estimate how many miles will be redeemed in the future and what will be the dollar value of these redeemed miles. And since this whole system is closed, every new and existing participant has an influence on the whole system. So if you understand this complexity, you might understand why it's not so easy to run a loyalty program, and also why Marcel, he feels betrayed. Because if you understand this whole cycle, you see the most profitable case of this program is when Marcel will never ever redeem his miles. And even one step further, imagine the situation where these programs try to collaborate. Imagine the accounting nightmare which happens if they try to collaborate. This is exactly the complexity and the reason why loyalty today is not working.
So let's imagine a world where brands could easily connect to the same infrastructure and via plug and play issue their own loyalty tokens. Let's imagine a world where we as loyal customers get the freedom we deserve. This world is already appearing now. Remember these? This is the past. Loyalty on the blockchain is life.
And what does it mean for you as an end customer? What do you get with loyalty on the blockchain? So you have everything in one place, all your loyalty tokens in one place. You can exchange them whenever you like. You can redeem for whatever you like. And even though if you just collected 15 different loyalty programs and tokens, you can just collapse them all and sell them for Bitcoin, Ether, or also fiat. So if you're also interested in this product and you also want to have this product as Marcel, you can reach out to us at booth 25. This is over there. And thanks a lot for your attention. And if you have any questions, please go ahead.
Thank you.
Well, that was very quick, boys. I thought you were going to speak a bit longer. But anyway, let's get...
Is there Q&A included? Or?
Yeah, we can get some Q&A going.
So
So,
we want to have some time.
yeah, I've got some burning questions, really, because I'm one of those sad people that got loads of loyalty points. And these days, a lot of the airlines, like Lufthansa, for example, you know, after 3 years, if you don't claim them, they claim them back. So there's lots of catches there.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, so you've got a wallet, you're going to accumulate all these different all these different reward systems. How does the economics of the platform work? How do you equalize the value between all these different loyalty systems to be able to exchange your token for crypto?
So on our platform, we are basically a B2B company, right? So we help the brands to issue their token based on our platform, based on our utility token. And everything in the end is connected to that same utility token. That's where the price comes from, and it's will be publicly traded. So it has a real value, and it's the same for everyone.
Okay, so the store value of that utility token is pegged to what? What have you pegged it to?
So this is fixed to our Kiwi token.
Yes.
So we as Kiwi run the whole platform.
Yeah.
We have one token. This Kiwi token will be tradable somewhere in July. And if there comes one additional brand making the decision and saying, okay, I want to run my loyalty program on this platform, they buy from the public market Kiwi tokens. We have a smart contract to build their specific loyalty tokens based on the Kiwi. And then they can do whatever they like, reward, redemption, and so on. And only if the end customer, if he wants to get out of the system, then he can see the relation to the Kiwi token. But if the customer stays on the platform, he can just compare all the different loyalty tokens and can see, this brand offers pretty good redemption for 10 of their points. The other one, not so good. So I will never exchange my tokens with the first brand. So there is some comparability, of course, because you can see, you have all your overview, and you can see all the redemption options also from the other brands. So there's a kind of transparency between loyalty programs, and the value between which you can see is more like perceived value. So there's one brand offering redemption, and if you like it, that's good. If not, just take another redemption.
Okay. And what stage are you in your development, in your project? Where are you on your journey?
The platform is already live. So actually 1 week ago in Singapore and we're from Switzerland. In Switzerland, we announced the rollout of the first brand, which is a international coffee brand. They sell iced coffees, which are usually stored in the supermarket. So they don't have their own point of sale and no digital connection to the customer yet. And what they did is they set up their coin on our platform, completely rebranded their coffee cup. Each cup carries a code in the lid, and the end customer can then activate the code on the front end of the company. So important to say, all the companies that are onboarded have their own front end and take care of the relationship with the customer. And now starting in this week, 2 million coffee cups will be distributed in 7 countries.
And your token is available where?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
So the token exists, but it's not tradable yet.
Right. Okay. And when is it going to be tradable? Did you say?
July.
July, sometime.
Or August. Yeah.
Yeah. Any view on exchanges? Have you got some conversations going?
Now?
Yeah. Have you got some conversations with exchanges going?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Good. Any other questions?
Hi. Do you have any partnerships already? And what about your competitors like Sunblock? How do you differ from them? In a way, and how will the token works?
How the token works?
Yeah, how it will work?
Okay.
From a user perspective, and from just a user perspective.
Okay, so maybe I'll take the one with the partnerships. So we had a small seed round in January where we partnered with several marketing agencies, so bigger marketing agencies that actually bring the scale to our platform. They have a big portfolio of brands that they're usually working with. They run several campaigns with them. They know the decision makers. And what they do now is they help to onboard the brands on our platform. So they take care of the sales and distribution. We're a small startup. We have limited resources. We focus purely on the tech platform. So that's how we split up in terms of partnerships.
And second question, competitors. I think our USP is the following. So we heavily go into the B2B direction. We say we are the tech provider for the brands to run the loyalty program on the blockchain. So they own the relationship to the end customer. They can make the decision if these tokens will be shown in our app later. This is one point. Second point is we are already live and we have a pretty good sales pipeline and upcoming projects. and how the Kibi token work. So when we will be publicly traded, so Kibi token, if a new brand decides to run the loyalty program on the blockchain, they have to buy the Kibi tokens publicly. So that means if we as a platform are successful, there will be high demand from the brands to run their loyalty program. And in the best case,
using your platform, for instance, I'm a user. How will it work exactly? Will I have to buy the token to exchange my loyalty points, or how will it work?
Okay. So the rewarding part, so how do you collect the tokens? This is completely the responsibility of the brands. You have some brands that have a point of sale, some brands that have a e-commerce shop, and some brands that have a retail product, like the Latesso coffee I just explained. So with this, there are several options how you can collect. And they will keep engaging you through their channels, right? So the Kibi itself, you only see at the background when you actually want to switch between the different loyalty tokens, or if you want to say, is not in the classical old word cash out, but if you want to say crypto out, I collapse all my loyalty tokens and sell them in exchange, then you use the wallet.
And each user will have his own wallet with all the loyalty points.
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
there's one wallet where you collect all the different loyalty tokens.
So what you're saying then is that actually it's the brands that are essentially fixing the price. So they're buying
the exchange rate.
Yeah, the exchange rate. Yeah.
Yes,
So they're committing effectively a obligation on a discount or reward up front. They're buying your token supply to lock in that.
Yes. Exactly like in the mile game we explained. So the
Yeah.
airline also has to go to Miles & More and buy the miles to be able to participate.
Yeah. Interesting. And are you looking to do any more investing to because this is about marketing, isn't it, and reaching people? Are you going to raise more capital?
We ourselves?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
And what are you going to do? Private rounds, or are you going to do a public sale? Or
I mean, there will be a public sale, of course, because in the end, we also have relationship to end customers, and for the community, we have to do that, of course.
Yeah.
Since the seed round, we received a lot of requests that we now want to convert in a private sale. So new page is coming up next week, and then we have all the legal documents ready to convert that. But our main interest is actually to work together with brands and strategic partners that are in there for the long run, like the marketing agents that we already work with. Because this is actually bringing the fundamental value to the token. So pretty positive on that.
Interesting. And what about your supply strategy? You're going to have to mine or create in your Genesis contract a lot of tokens, so how does the redemption work? So the brands buy the tokens,
yes,
and they're sitting on the platform. Explain how that works in terms of how you control supply in terms of value.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yes.
We received a lot of feedback from the brands who said they want to be still in control of their own total supply of their brand tokens. So how does it work? Imagine there's one brand setting up the loyalty program. They buy Kibis, they will be transferred to their brand tokens. Now they have a bunch of tokens. They decide to reward to the end customers. And then all these end customers, like you, they will have different balances of these tokens. And if I now make the decision as a brand to offer redemption, like giving out one car for free or bike or flight for free, this is my investment, which I can steal.
yes.
And then I just make a price like 1,000 of my brand tokens, and then I get these tokens back. So I have two investment cycles. So first for the reward, and then for the redemption, exactly like in the mile game you saw. And then I have these tokens, and then I can do the reward again. And I can reuse all the time these tokens again. And if the brand wants to invest more and just make the loyalty program bigger, they also go just to the public market, buy Kibi, and take the same smart contract to create more of their own brand tokens. And so in the end, they will always have control over the total supply of their tokens. But later on, who of the end customers will actually hold the token, this is something we do not want to prevent. So there will be peer-to-peer exchange and so on, but the total supply, this is fixed by the company.
Okay, my last question, because I feel as though I'm hogging here, I should. So what's your revenue model? How do you guys make money for your platform?
This is pretty easy. So when we finish our ICO, we give out like 51, 52% of the whole Kiwi supply. The rest is on our side. And how we make money is basically when we have a successful platform, a lot of brands will create demand on the public market because otherwise they cannot participate in the platform.
Yes.
And that's the only way how we make money, or two ways. One is value increase of the Kiwis we already have. And the second one is a fee when they start and come to our platform.
Right, so there is a fee.
There is a fee, and also in Kiwi tokens. So everything more or less is connected to our Kiwi tokens.
And the money you're holding back is effectively your reserve capital, is it, to support the tokens out there?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Any more? Any more questions? Okay, well, I'd like to thank our colleagues here. Well done. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.